stopping now because they can't miss this. This is confronting. They have to face it.
It's one thing to make the connection up here and to see it, but once you make the connection in here, there's no going back. It's the greatest way to live your life. Get out there and get active. It's one thing to be vegan, and it's outstanding to be vegan, but it's another thing to get out and be active. Inspiring people, changing people's minds, changing people's hearts. When you see them, every now and then you'll get one that you know you just got to like that and you know you've made a vegan. It's the best feeling in the world.
Best approach that we have for people is calm, collected and factual. There's no point in getting in arguments, there's no point in going around in reductive debates that never get anywhere. If you are speaking with someone who looks genuinely interested and they're asking genuine questions, take the time to answer them thoughtfully and well composed in the way that you would want to be spoken to by a stranger on the street.
Oh, it's just crazy. I mean, look at how many people are here. It's just insane. The energy that's in the air is awesome. It's great to see so many Sydney vegans come together and even people from interstate come down for it. So it's really inspiring, really encouraging, yeah.
For all the people that, are kind of nervous coming down, do you have a message for them?
Oh, look, I would say come down. There is so much other stuff that you can do. You can man the table, you can help with the cube rotations, you can take photos, you can film, you can do print runs, and look, you can just tag along with some of the other outreachers and more experienced outreachers. You can stand in the cube, obviously, that's a massive, really, really important part.
Do you think that this form of activism is effective?
Easily the most effective I've ever done in my life. I used to think the cupcake days were more effective, where you'd offer people food and they'd watch the video, but so much more effective. You hit like 300% more people doing this, and every person you talk to, because they stop and they watch the footage, they're interested, they want to talk. So much more effective.
Do you have a message for the vegans?
Come do it, man. Come, just get in it.
You kind of started Sydney activism.
Yeah, in a way. So essentially what happened was I decided I wanted to do something. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I had to do something. So I stopped, thought about it, and I decided I wanted to do a get paid to watch this video stall on the side of the road. So essentially what happens is you offer people money to watch this kind of footage on a laptop. And I put a post on Facebook saying, does anyone want to do this with me? I thought it would get like 1-2 likes maybe, and I'd end up walking the streets by myself doing it, begging people to watch, but it turned out that a lot of people wanted to do it. So ended up getting 9 people that day, and from that 9 people, now we're here, so it's pretty crazy.
How far do you think we've come from those days outside of George Street, just in that line, no one was interested?
Well, I mean, we hit at least like a minimum of 150 each thing. Each demonstration, and we used to get like 2 to 3. So I feel like, that speaks volumes. Ridiculously far.
Yeah.
We have. I don't know, man. It's real far.
Just speechless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really lovely being alongside other people who are like-minded, and you just know you're given hope, and there's hope that we're making big inroads into what's happening in the world.
And how did you find, your first cube compared to today?
My first cube, I was a little bit unsure about, well, where's my place? What should I be doing? Would I be able to talk to people, on the street? So what I was able to do is I stood in the cube with a mask on. I was able to watch what other people were doing, and then I felt I need to get out there and I need to start speaking with people too. And I just jumped in and did that. And I think from then to now, I'm just trying to refine the information I want to give to people, and just bringing it down to the real basics. And I think that is, looking after animals, choosing cruelty-free, choosing veganism over violence. And what we're seeing, what's happening with animals is violence.
And this cruelty doesn't belong in anyone's hearts. So they're going to have to drop it. They're going to have to drop the cruelty and go vegan. They've been lied to, and they deserve honesty and the truth, and they're getting it.
This last 2 weeks, my life has changed forever, and I'm very emotional at the moment, and I feel like I've never done anything better. I just felt the fire inside me and I thought, I can do that. I'm like, why aren't I there? I'm sitting at home watching YouTube on my computer as a vegan and posting photos of food on my Instagram and going, this is what I should be doing for the animals and this is what I should be doing for my fellow human beings. And I had to get involved. So I added a few people on Facebook. I started asking questions, and the last few weeks, it's been the best thing I've ever done in my life.
So tell us a little bit about how AV started in Sydney.
So the Melbourne crew, Paul and Asal and a few of the others, were looking to expand, and obviously the Cube down there had been seeing great effects. So they looked for another place where they could trial the Cube, and Sydney was the location. So they reached out and got in touch with a few people. They made the trip up with all of their original equipment from Melbourne and helped us host our first Cube of Truth last year on the 10th of December. Yeah. And from there, it has grown exponentially. After they left us in absolute awe of the power that the Cube had, we saw 170 people that day decide that vegan was, the new life for them. And we decided, we have to replicate this. So it took us a few weeks to put all the pieces in place, and 21st of January 2017, we held our first standalone Cube. We had 4 TVs at that stage that Save Poppy had decided that they would be willing to contribute to the cause, and that allowed us to get started. We had the 4 TVs, and we basically just relied on the people that would turn up week in, week out.
A lot of people I've spoken to today are shocked in the sense they say, well, surely there are protections for this. And of course, we know there are not. These animals, farmed animals, don't have the legal rights that cats and dogs have. Other people refer perhaps to human rights and say, well, there's an issue here. And I think the clue here in terms of engaging people is that we've all been duped. We're all in this together. So how can we come together to raise consciousness in a bigger sense in the world? And this, of course, is pivotal to our health, our environment, our social conscience, and our spirituality.
Where did you come from today?
Gold Coast, Brisbane. Brisbane.
And was it worth the travel?
Definitely, we love Sydney.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you think you'll be back again?
For sure.
And do you have a message for the non-vegans?
Go vegan, it's so easy. You live in Sydney, there's literally options everywhere. Just choose the cruelty-free one.
Do you have a message for the vegans?
For the vegans, good on you for being vegan, and thank you for not supporting the cruelty and loving. I love it.
And why do you keep coming every week?
Because you make a difference, you really, really do. Like when you come down here, it's much different to trying to convince your family and friends, because when you try to convince your family and friends, they're judgmental of you. They have things that they can pick on to pull you down and say like, okay, you're not doing it 100% right and everything like this. Whereas the people here that you confront in the street have like, they don't know you, they have nothing to judge, and they're fully open, and they're really just positive. Like they come up to you and they want to know what's going on, and they get sad, and those kind of messages really hit home and makes you imagine like how many animals you can save by just helping others to make that connection too. So yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Vegans
Who want to get involved?
who want to get involved, most definitely get involved. There's, not many of us, and the more the merrier. We don't look like psychos. The more people there are, it shows people that we're just normal everyday to-day people, and the world is slowly changing. And if you want to make the world a better place, get involved, come hang out with like-minded people. You'll feel amazing for it. And yeah, you walk away just feeling like you have made a difference, and you have done more as a vegan. Instead of just changing your diet, you're actually letting other people know. And I wish I knew earlier, and I wish I was surrounded by a lot of better people. So when I found out how much I'd been lied to, I was psyched about, having the opportunity to meet more people and actually inform more people about it. It's exciting.
That's it. Like, there's no messing around with us, Like, we've set the bar, and that bar's going to stay. So if we don't speak up, who is going to speak up?
You've been coming for a while now. You've been here from the start. Do you feel like each week you're helping people go vegan?
Yeah, man. You get better at it every time, I reckon it's all about experience. Obviously, when I started, it was way different to how I'm doing it right now. And I feel like a more comfortable, smooth, understanding approach always gets their attention. And you got to really understand where they're coming from. So it's really a connection with who you're outreaching to before anything else. And depending on how good you're at that, you'll make them go vegan, you'll drop some truth bombs on them, and as vegans, we got to understand the only people that can spread the message of non-violence without looking like hypocrites, Because if we went vegan, right, people just go up to you and be like, oh, you're eating that cheese, or oh, you're wearing this, you're wearing that. But we're vegan. That's it. Like, there's no messing around with us.
Benefits for me have been fantastic. I've lost a lot of weight. My cholesterol went from where doctors wanted to put me on statins down to, within 3 months having perfect cholesterol, So just if you want to be selfish, do it for yourself, for your health reasons, but do it for the animals primarily.
I stayed behind the mask for like my first 2 or 3 cubes and just didn't think I could ever do it, but I've gained so much confidence through doing it, so much confidence.
You've been helping people go vegan each week?
Yeah, definitely. I got my little tally. I got about 12 today. I think it's my record so far.
So 12 people came up to you and have gone away, taken veganism very seriously. And do you feel like people are receptive when you go to speak to them? Do you think they're receptive?
Yeah, I think the only people really that stop are the ones that are going to be receptive. Like, I've never had a bad argument with someone, ever. Like, I've never had anyone terrible. Like, I've had some arguments, but nothing bad. Like, most people are very receptive.
You must be the lucky one out of all of us.
It's awesome. I feel quite emotional actually when I saw all the people here trying to spread the word for the animals. I was like, yes, just absolutely brilliant. It just actually brought tears to my eyes. I just think, oh, there's so many caring people out there what want to spread the message, and we're all doing awesome. Every one of us here today are trying to do our best to promote veganism and love for animals, for all animals, not just our cats and dogs, you know. It's brilliant, yeah. I think it's the best thing to do actually to promote veganism. Absolutely. I love being here. I feel like I really make a difference. I just think it's a great way to educate people, and people are becoming aware every single time we come down here. The numbers are growing, the cube's growing, and animal lovers are growing for all animals. It's awesome.
People, so I was like, I might as well grab some brochures and like jump on board, and I loved it. Even standing in the cube, like, it's sort of empowering. Like, you're like standing there and you're like, yeah, it's hard, but I'm like, it's empowering, and it was really good. And even just speaking to people and getting like different people's opinions of why they haven't really made the jump. Like, you find speaking to people, a lot of them have sort of like thought about it before, and they've sort of like been like, yeah, you know, I do think about it, and watching this is horrible. But then they explain why they haven't like completely committed to like a vegan diet or stuff, and then you sort of just tap into that. But I really enjoyed it. It's really good.
So why did you go vegan?
To save the animals. It's just a poor life for them, and they're all dying just for us to eat them. Like, it's a life for food that you...
is actually no different to any other day. We're here every Thursday night and every Saturday afternoon, so you can feel this good non-stop. Just keep coming, the animals need you.
We saw people come and leave throughout the day. As people could spend some time, they did, and as they had to go, they did. But I think we would have cracked, for those that I saw leave, I think we had about 130 individuals throughout the day that made today happen. So whether you're a seasoned vet that participates with us every week, or your face is new, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. Might not set the record, but every number, every week, be it a record breaker or not, is a number that wasn't there the day before. So please do come. Highlights from the day. One of the things I like to do every week, and I probably will never see as many hands as this go up. So put your hands up today if you think you made a vegan. Woo! All right, round of applause for everyone who has their hands up. But at the same time, outreach isn't the only thing that makes the event successful. Without the screens, without the members holding them, we'd just be an idiot standing on a soapbox trying to argue with people about lions though, cavemen though, plants though. So, you know, I don't mean by any means to discount the work of the screen holders and sign holders. It is crucial to allow the conversations to happen. All right, I guess the moment we've all been waiting for. Total number of, I guess, what could you call them, conversions, or you could call them more compassionate people than when they woke up? Yeah? All right. 563. And that shows why first comers coming makes the difference. I don't think we handed out 500 flyers at our first event, let alone had 500 plus meaningful conversations. So for that number again, 563.
For the vegans, so you're here. The animals need you. They can't do this without vegans. This is up to vegans to speak up. We must end this. This is up to us.
Thanks, mate. Do you have a message for all of the non-vegans who are going to watch this?
Go vegan.